This is Formula One.
Hello everyone, and welcome to F1 Blogs, your go-to channel for all the latest news and analysis from the world of Formula One. Today, we bring you an important story about Carlos Sainz and his relentless work at Ferrari during this 3-week break before the next race in Austin. If you're a fan of Sainz, or just a passionate follower of F1, you won't want to miss this story. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. Now let's get into the news. Carlos Sainz and his battle to solve Ferrari's big problem. After the Singapore Grand Prix, Carlos Sainz made it clear that he isn't taking a break during Formula One's 3-week gap. The Spanish driver has set his sights on addressing one of Ferrari's biggest issues this season: the stark difference in performance between qualifying and the race. Ferrari has a car that shows competitive race pace, but struggles immensely in qualifying. And for Sainz, this isn't acceptable. According to sources close to the driver, Sainz has been a key asset for Ferrari, not just for his on-track results, but also for his deep involvement in the car's development. It's said that he often works late hours at the factory, staying until late at night analyzing data and working with engineers to improve the car. At 10 p.m., they have to kick him out of the factory, say those who know him best, which speaks to the Madrid-born driver's level of commitment to his team. Sainz's obsession with improving Ferrari. Carlos Sainz isn't just a competitive driver who brings points and podiums to the team. He's also a valuable contributor in the technical and strategic areas. After Singapore, Sainz made it clear that his main focus for the last 6 races of the season is finding a solution to Ferrari's qualifying issues with the SF24. As an expert in car development, Sainz has played a key role in helping Ferrari identify the weak points in their car throughout the season. In his own words, after the Singapore race, Sainz said, "The most positive thing I take away is our race pace, while qualifying has been our weak point. For the last 6 races, I'd like to calmly analyze and see how we can improve." This statement shows Sainz's determination not to settle for a car that only performs well on Sundays. He knows that to compete at the highest level, they need a car that can also deliver in qualifying sessions. The contrast with last season. What's interesting is that the SF24 is almost the opposite of Ferrari's car from 2023. Last year, Ferrari was strong in qualifying but struggled with race pace, especially with tire management. This year, the problem seems to have flipped with a car that, while stable and fast during the race, struggles to qualify well. It's clear that this year, we're having trouble finding the exact point to place the tire to set a good qualifying lap, Sainz stated, showing his concern about this weakness. This pattern has prevented Ferrari from scoring more points throughout the season, especially on days when the race pace was competitive, but both Sainz and Charles Leclerc had to fight from further down the grid. Sainz's best result came in the 3rd race of the season, when he secured victory at the Australian GP. But now his goal is that his behind-the-scenes work will lead to another triumph before he bids farewell to Ferrari at the end of the season and moves to Williams next year. Sainz's race against time before leaving Ferrari. Let's not forget that Carlos Sainz is in the final stretch of his time as a Ferrari driver. It's been confirmed that after the 2024 season, Sainz will leave Maranello to join Williams in 2025. However, far from being distracted by his future move, Sainz is still completely focused on making the most of his last 6 races with Ferrari. His goal isn't just to finish with a few good results, but also to leave a lasting impact on Ferrari, showing his value as a developer and his dedication right to the end. In fact, Sainz's victory at the Australian Grand Prix earlier in the season remains Ferrari's best result this year. And while the Spanish driver intends to claim more victories before saying goodbye, he knows the key to doing so lies in improving the car's performance in qualifying. "We'll have to wait for tracks like Austin to see how the car does," Sainz said, already looking ahead. Sainz's impact on the Constructors' Championship battle. Another aspect to consider is Carlos Sainz's importance in Ferrari's fight for the Constructors' Championship. Despite the issues with the car, Ferrari remains in the battle for the top spots in the Constructors' standings, and Sainz's efforts could be decisive. The driver himself explained this after the Singapore race when he said, "When you're fighting for the Constructors' Championship with the team, you have to be careful at the start and not take too many risks because every point counts." His strategic approach to the championship shows that, despite being in his final season with Ferrari, Sainz is still fully committed to the team's goals. And this mindset has been a constant during his time at Ferrari, where he's proven to be much more than just a driver. He's a true team player. What's next for Ferrari and Sainz? With 6 races remaining, the clock is ticking for Ferrari to improve the SF24. And although Carlos Sainz's future lies beyond Ferrari, his legacy at the team could grow even further if he helps resolve the qualifying issues before the season ends. The next test will be at the United States Grand Prix in Austin, a track where the car's performance will once again be put to the test. Sainz's work during these weeks will be crucial in determining whether Ferrari can continue to fight for the Constructors' Championship and whether he himself can close out this chapter of his career with another victory before heading to Williams. Without a doubt, these last few races will be a testament to Sainz's commitment and professionalism as a driver. And that's today's news. If you want to stay up to date on how Carlos Sainz and Ferrari are progressing in this exciting final stretch of the championship, don't forget to subscribe to F1 Blogs and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Carlos Sainz will solve Ferrari's problem before the end of the season? And do you think Ferrari will improve in the final races? We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in,